What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to Season 5, the final season of my F1 2016 career mode. This is round 4 of the Russian Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and do remember to hit that subscribe button for this final season. It's very exciting. We made a load of upgrades in Bahrain, and we're really competitive. I know it looks like we've got the weakest car, which is a fact, but it's just so tight from the top to the bottom. And yeah, if you did miss the previous two videos from this season, do go check them out. There was a bit of a technical issue with Bahrain, but yeah, the Bahrain and Chinese Grand Prix were combined in one video, and it was absolutely brilliant. I'll spoil the result here. We actually won for the first time in a Sauber. Oh my god, what a feeling. We did get lucky. Everything seemed to fall into our lap, and we lofted the trophy aloft. It was just a brilliant feeling. And now we're looking ahead to Russia, the Russian Grand Prix qualifying. Not a great track for me, and I didn't feel entirely confident with the car. I was just hoping beat Marcus again. I think this could be one of them qualifying sessions where we're aiming for P21. I wasn't the quickest, but on our first run here, a very scrappy end to the lap. I always throw the car over the line. It's just so difficult to keep the car under control, but we're a 10th quicker than Ericsson, and yeah, not too far behind the rest of the field. So I was feeling pretty good. Just another couple of tenths and we could be mixing it up with... It was actually Rosberg in P19, I think, so he was having a really poor session. But on our final run here, just going through the final sector, we're looking pretty good. I think it was around 1.2, 1.4 off pole position, or first in Q1 here, but we're coming to the line. Another scrappy final corner, and we ended up P20, so I would class that as a success. We were only 4 tenths shy of getting out of Q1, so that's not too bad. We have ended up P16 in the past two races, but I feel like we can maybe sneak a point. I wasn't feeling entirely confident for this race as Sochi, so it's a nice sunny day, so that would definitely make things a lot more tricky. It was raining last time out in China, which did aid us in our quest for victory. I still can't get over how everything fell into place for us for that 25 points, and it's actually put us in P3 in the championship, unbelievably. I didn't think my name would be on that leaderboard at all, possibly for the season. But I do know at the end of this race, we will have enough points to get a major upgrade. So hopefully that will take us off the bottom of the performance chart. So Hulkenberg does have pole position, and we're starting in P20. So here we go with Crofty describing the rest of the grid for the Russian Grand Prix.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Nico Hulkenberg lines up on pole position, edging out Daniel Kvyat, who starts from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Magnussen, Sainz, Sebastian Vettel, and Perez, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Rio Haryanto, Palmer, Massa, Kimi Raikkonen, and Alonso, Wehrlein, Bottas, Nico Rosberg, and Jenson Button, Gutierrez, and a Sauber, Roman Grosjean, and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So that's the grid. Now on to the strategy, and it's going to be a pretty basic one-stop. We know what the strategy is around here. It's very basic one-stop every single season. So I was going to start on the super soft just in case there's early safety car, and then we can jump on to the soft or possibly mediums depending how early it is. 5 lights, and the Russian Grand Prix is away. We don't get a great getaway actually, and we got Grosjean on our left hand side. Looks like he's got a better start than us, but we know what the AI like. Turn 1 at Sochi, and it's really clean actually. I think there was a bit of contact near the front, but yeah, no one's crashed out, no one's retired, so yeah, that's a pretty dull first corner for Sochi, I've got to say. Into turn 2 here, diving up the inside, made a bit of contact with the Williams, and yeah, there's been a bit of a crash behind us. Squeezing the Williams in there, McLaren gets pushed off the track. Oh, there are 2 McLarens come to blows. One of them has a very strange bit of contact, so this is Alonso. He tries to rejoin the track, makes a bit of contact with his teammate, I think. And yeah, what else? This is on board with Button. I swear if I'm getting these wrong again, I always get the 2 McLaren drivers mixed up. Yeah, 2 bits of contact there for Alonso, and he's got a puncture. Is that Alonso? I really don't know. And you McLaren fans are probably going to start screaming at me for making a mistake if that's a mistake. But we get Wehrlein. That was kind of unexpected. Dived it up the inside. But we see on the minimap, the one with the puncture, the McLaren with the puncture, whose name I don't know, is holding up a couple of cars. And I swear, if they're holding up Sir Marcus Ericsson, which is how he is known from now on after his antics in Abu Dhabi last season, we're going to have problems. But we get a fantastic run on Massa here. This car, we've had did we get 2 engine upgrades? It was 1 or 2, but it's definitely helping. We are very strong in a straight line, and with the AI at this track, I know if they're going to be holding each other up, we've got a great chance of nabbing quite a few positions. So we're already up to P13. I think now we're just looking forward. Do we have a shot at the points? We will if Palmer keeps weaving around like that. That was so dangerous. I was really sure that was going to be a crash, but we're looking for a gap here. Raikkonen tries to go for double overtake. He's side by side with Hamilton. Palmer's right behind. We're just looking for a gap. Palmer moves to the right, so that gives us the opportunity on the inside, but understeer central right here. We just don't have the downforce in this car to be going flat out there. Can we make the most of any opportunities here? Still side by side, Hamilton and Raikkonen. Palmer doesn't get a great run. We get the switchback. Can we get the switchback on Hamilton? Yes, we can. And if I do say so myself, that is brilliant racecraft, and that's what gets Sauber the points. Yes, I do. That was really good. I just noticed they were Palmer and Hamilton were going wide, so went for the double switchback, and it paid off. It was really handsome, really good move there. Now closing in on Raikkonen. This is without DRS or Rich Mix, so shows how quick. I think a combination of the car and the setup. But yeah, that's worked out quite well. And just a couple of seconds later, Pascal Wehrlein gets an absolutely... that would be such a scary view in real life. Following a car like that could stop at any moment. That is Felipe Massa out the race with an engine failure. That is another Mercedes power unit failure. It's usually with the works team. But yeah, they fail so often in this career. It's so unrealistic compared to real life. But the virtual safety car has come out. Again, I feel like the delta for us is quicker than the AI for some reason. Not sure why, but it's ending and we're trying to time it perfectly once again, but we don't get the best of runs. But actually, for the overtake, it makes it pretty simple because we get DRS as well, so that's absolutely perfect. Up to P10, and we're actually in the points. It's absolutely brilliant. These upgrades have made... I'm sure you guys can agree with me. It's made the racing so much more exciting because we're right in the mid-pack. We really are. And I think like 9 teams could win a race this season. They really could. Probably not McLaren and probably not my teammate, but... or Haas, really. But we're moving on here. Up the inside of Haryanto. Can we get him into turn 2 here? It's very tricky. The AI do like to go side by side through there, but if you shove them out wide enough, then you can get the move done. But yeah, look at this group of cars ahead. I mean... is that P4 at the head of the train? It's either P4 or P5, so yeah, we're really not that far behind. But obviously we started on fresh super softs. These guys probably from the top 10 started on 1, so that's why we keep getting the early advantage in the first stage of the race. And yeah, when the tyres start wearing, that's where we drop off in terms of pace. But hopefully we can stick with these guys. We've got DRS, Ricciardo looking very punchy there. Vettel, everyone's getting really close into the break. So Verstappen's gone wide. We're trying to avoid Vettel. We make slight contact with Verstappen. Back end stepping out, and Haryanto barges past here. Opportunistic move from the manual driver, but I thought, oh, screw this. I'm going back up the inside, trying to get that position back. And we do it very nicely, but we've lost track of Verstappen ahead. Fight in the car here, and yeah, that got very scrappy. Verstappen went wide. We tried our best to avoid him, but we lost momentum. Haryanto went... it was a great move, to be fair, but we had to re-overtake him. And now we're trying to catch up to the cars ahead. We don't have DRS, but Haryanto was right on our tail. Actually, we do have DRS, and once again... a Renault getting very leery into that for turn 1, and Magnussen goes to the move on Perez. I knew I had to get past here because Perez, I had been told by my engineer, was having car issues, so he's dropping like a stone down the field. And now we're up to P8 on the back of Magnussen, so yeah, looking pretty good in the early stages, but I do know there is a long way to go, and you can just see the understeer through turn 3 there. Yeah, a lack of car performance, and yeah, just not the confidence to go flat out, unfortunately. But we stay quite close to Magnussen. And I know even if we're like 8, 9 tenths back, we can still get the overtake. We have such great straight line speed. We have DRS this time, but no rich mix. So imagine the speed we would have if we used all the tools at our disposal. It's absolutely brilliant. It is reminding me of... when we upgraded the Renault quite a lot in terms of engine power, and the Force India really. I think the Force India was actually the quickest car in a straight line in the field. So yeah, those are the good old days. But now we're concentrating on its Sauber car, which is getting better and better every weekend. So the first super soft runners are into the pits, and even though these tyres weren't that worn, I thought I could stay out quite a few laps on these tyres, maybe to lap 12, 13, but a lot of cars are going to get the undercut and I'd lose a bit of time. So I thought at the end of lap 9, lap 10, I'll probably come in just to cover them off and just to be involved in the battle. So Haryanto gets a great run here. Man, another quick car in a straight line. He goes for it. I don't fight it too much. I've actually decided to come in at the end of this lap. And again, my front brake bias is mainly near the front. Once again, 60% this time, usually 60, 61, 62%. I do like it aiming towards the front, so yeah, that's why you'll notice I will lock up quite a bit this season. But I decided to just follow Haryanto in. I feel like there's no point losing any time going for a couple more laps. And we would be better off just following the manor in, because we possibly could jump him in the pits and then hopefully not fall too far behind the cars going for the undercut. So we're in. Is it going to be a quick stop from the guys? It usually isn't. 2.9. It's crazy. A few seasons ago that would be an absolutely amazing stop, but this like in real life, 2016, 2017, it's just a slow stop. So we're coming out. There's Gutierrez there. They're practically 3 wide into turn 2 here. Haryanto loses out. Gutierrez yet to pit, is holding the manor driver up. Magnussen's just got ahead. I think he did pit on the previous lap, and pretty close to Haryanto now. We're all on the soft compound tyres, apart from Gutierrez, and he really holds up Haryanto there. So once again we get a shot up the inside into turn 4. Nicely done. So thank you, Esteban, and I'll be hoping to pass you as soon as possible. But he held me up for a couple of corners, but we stayed close going into the DRS zone. Pretty much a slam dunk for us with that great straight line speed. Now we've got all the tools at our disposal, and this will show how easy the overtake will be. Rich mix, DRS, superior tyres in terms of tyre wear, and we get the move done. So we're up to P15. Quite a lot of cars obviously haven't pit, and I was just hoping for Gutierrez to hold up Haryanto behind, and he did that nicely. Lap 11 now, and I think there's a car coming out of the pitch. Yes, Julian Palmer in the Renault just slotting in behind his teammate. We're losing track of Magnussen a little bit, and oh my god, this was so scary. Oh, we were so close to hitting our countryman there. I was just trying to get into the slipstream, make the most of it, and I just lost track of the brake marker balls. We are so close to hitting the back of the Renault here. Wow. A late reaction there, just last second decision just to totally miss the corner. We did lose 2 positions from that, so we didn't gain. Look in the left mirror. How close was I there? Absolutely incredible. Had to show replay. It's centimetres, it really is. We got really lucky, so and so did Palmer as well. So Haryanto and Gutierrez did repass me, and I just needed to get past them as quick as possible. Try and get onto the back of the Renaults. They're the type of cars I want to be fighting. So DRS, Haryanto will get DRS as well. We actually have Hamilton behind us in the Mercedes putting us under pressure as well. So Gutierrez should be a sitting duck. Can we actually get both of them? Oh, this is so tight into the left kink. Haryanto breaks later, but we've got the outside, which will turn to the inside, and that's just great driving. I just find that so satisfying. Go around the outside, then taking the inside. Just moves like that. Really enjoy doing them. So Haryanto is actually in our slipstream. He'll get DRS now, and he should be fighting us into turn 2. Who's this out the pits? It's Valtteri Bottas. I think he might have made the overcut work. And I try and get in the slipstream again. Oh my god, we're so close. Oh, my braking into turn 2. I leave it so late. I thought I was going to go straight into the side of the Williams here. I'm doing the same thing as what I did with Palmer a few laps ago, and oh, I'm lucky Bottas didn't turn in there. It actually looks like the perfect overtake when you slow it down, late on the brakes, lock up, and we turn in, hit the apex perfectly. It looks like the perfect overtake, but when I was executing it, yeah, it didn't feel that way at all. But now Haryanto putting me under pressure again. Is he going to go for it? I like to defend into turn 2. The inside line, because I feel like that's our best chance of defending our position. Haryanto, is he going to go for it even on the brakes? But I don't think he's going to pull it off around the outside. Oh, very leery on the exit there, but we defend our position. P12 now. I wasn't completely sure if that was our genuine position. I would have been a bit surprised, because earlier on in the race we were around P6, P7 I think it was. But Haryanto, once again, he's very quick, I've got to say. Keeps putting me under pressure. This corner, I've got to say, is very difficult, especially with DRS. The left kink, I feel quite awkward just going in there full blast. I feel like the back end's going to step out or something, but nicely defended from Haryanto there. Lap 15 now, and there's a yellow flag behind us. Engineer's telling me, and we've got a bit of luck here. Haryanto's actually got a random puncture, and he was holding up a few cars. That gave us a bit of breathing space. Bottas did get past, but I think the 3 or 4 cars behind him are just getting seriously held up. They finally get past him, and there's always one, isn't there? There always is, and it's the force injury of Sergio Perez. Rams straight into the back of the manor, and it's game over for him. And I don't actually think a safety car came out, but the soft compound runners, the ones who sat on them tyres, have come into the pits. Rosberg, Alonso and Haryanto No, it's Verline. It's one of the manners, but that puts us back into our genuine position. We're actually in P9. Yeah, we've missed the braking again. I'm really struggling with that. Bottas has actually got a run here. Can he go all the way around the outside in turn 3? Oh, this is going to be a bit scary because I understeer so much in this corner. And no, we keep him behind. But Rosberg is 4 past. He's on fresh super softs, so he will definitely be putting me under pressure. And we've got another 8 laps to go. I thought this is going to be a very difficult task to especially keep him behind. He's the quickest of the cars that did pit on lap 18. So can we defend from the Mercedes? And we're going to go defensive. And who's on his tail? Very close indeed. I think it's the man of Verline who did pit as well. Can we force him out? No, we can't. He's actually got a fantastic run, and that's why I'm on about the AI liking to hang around the outside. This is going to get very close, and oh, we made slight contact with the rear. I didn't expect Rosberg to lift off the throttle there. Kind of expected, I suppose, with the line he took, so I should have seen that coming. And Rosberg's got ahead, and I probably am not going to catch up to him. Fresh tyres, quicker car. See you, Nico. It looks like we're going to be trying to fight for P10 here, trying to nab the final point. This is going to be very difficult with Verline. We've got Rosberg's teammate Hamilton behind us on the same tyre as us, and around the same tyre where I can't exactly remember when he did pit, but at the end of lap 21, trying my best to stay on the back of Verline, but on them super softs I just couldn't keep up. My tyres are quite worn at this point. I think high 20s in terms of tyre wear. Hamilton's going for it. This time I didn't actually defend, but can we defend P11? It looks like we're going to be fighting for P11. A brilliant switch back here. Ah, brilliant. One of them moves you can pull off in certain corners against the AI. Satisfying, I will say. Very satisfying. But with 5 seconds already behind Verline, him and Rosberg have just absolutely scampered off into the distance. It looks like me and Hamilton are fighting for P11 here. A few other cars getting pretty close behind us. We're not really holding them up too much, but our battling is getting pretty intense, as you can see here, through turn 3. Very tricky corner to go side by side, so I try and go for a switchback, go for the outside line, potentially maybe go for another switchback into turn 4, but no. Hamilton gets the better of me this time, but my aim was just to stay close in the DRS zone and go for an overtake, and that's what we try and do on lap 23. We're quite far back, but we know what our straight line speed is like. The pull, the drag, the slipstream, it's absolutely incredible, but it's going to be late into the break, so can we go up this side of Lewis? Yes, we can, but we can't keep the car on the track. I didn't want to lock up there, and I was going to let Lewis back pass, but looks like he had slight bit of contact into turn 2, and then there's a yellow flag. Let's see on board. So we see the overtake. It was like the one on Bottas, but I just couldn't keep it on the track. And then behind me, there's a bit of contact between. I swear, is this Alonso? I think this is Alonso. I think 14's Alonso. I'm trying to remember driver numbers, and it's just not going very well. McLaren have had an absolute shocker in this race, and there's a Ferrari that's been taken out as well. I know this is Kimi, so Kimi gets caught up with Fernando here, and I bet it's the Haas as well. Yeah, the Haas takes out the McLaren, and then, yeah, the Haas causes the incident and gets off scot-free. That's totally fair, isn't it? So the virtual safety car comes out with 4 laps to go. It doesn't really affect things too much, helps in terms of tyre wear and fuel consumption, but we're not going to be gaining any high positions unless there's a retirement or a bit of contact. So, and now we are effectively fighting for P11 with Lewis Hamilton. Classic McLaren Honda here. That's Jenson Button out the race. I mean, McLaren's race has just gone from bad to worse. It's been an absolute disaster. So I think they want to be forgetting about this one. So penultimate lap. Me versus Lewis Hamilton. Of all people, can we keep him behind for this very lucrative P11? I mean, it's just for pride and entertainment. So let's see what we can do. Late on the brakes once again. Can we keep it on the track? No, we can't. We lock up. I tried to be heavier on the brakes there, but just couldn't slow it down. This time, because there's not really anyone that close to us, I'm going to let him through. I was going to do that before, but he kind of got involved with the scuffle, and then the VSC came out. So yeah, calm it, Lewis fans. I am going to let him through. I know I do slate him quite often in my videos, but here we go. Let's be fair. Of course, we're going to do this before the DRS zone, so we get DRS. So we're on the final lap now. Bottas is actually quite close, so he's ready to pounce if anything happens between myself and Hamilton. So DRS into turn 2. Can we get the braking sorted? Third time lucky even. And we're not as confident on the brakes. Is he going to hang around the outside? Yes, he is. So we're side by side through the tricky turn 3. Can we get the position? He's squeezing us onto the side of the track. Oh, he's broken there. What's he doing? He's pushed us off the track. Bottas is through and we're losing control. I swear Hamilton brake checked me. And you know what happens when Hamilton brake checks you? You need a certain team radio from a certain track in Azerbaijan from a certain angry German. But just look at this, unbelievable. I really do think he broke there for, I don't really know why either. I bet it was spite. I know what Lewis is like. He just doesn't like me. He knows I slate him all the time in my videos, and yeah, he does something like that. So here we go with that classic team radio.
He brake tested me. What the is going on? Oh, for sake. He's a that's what he is. I mean, am I the only one, or are you not seeing what I'm seeing?
I just love implementing them, real-life team radios into the video. I find it so funny at times, especially the ones with like Lewis and Raikkonen and Vettel. But we've rejoined in P14, unfortunately. That's not worked out well at all for us. Hamilton, of course, won't get a penalty. And we're just between the Haas drivers. Instead of fighting for P11, we're fighting for P14 with Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets past with DRS, but I'm late on the brakes, feeling confident about defending this position. And yeah, we keep the Haas driver behind for now, but unfortunately we lost a position to Bottas and Grosjean. I think Hamilton's in P12. At least we haven't lost any points. That's the positive I can take from this. I mean, we were fighting for pride with Lewis, really. It was a fun battle, but got a bit scrappy at the end there. But yeah, we just didn't have the pace to fight earlier on, for higher up the field. We did struggle on these soft compounder tyres, so we'll finish it with a perfect 10 pirouette. Yeah, we like that. So P14... overall, it's okay. Yeah, we didn't really have the pace to get the points. Maybe if we stayed out a little longer on the super softs, we could have done better, but who knows. So we'll move on to the Spanish Grand Prix next time out. So champion Daniel Ricciardo won the race. You saw the rest of the order there. Hamilton actually ended up 11th because Bottas had a penalty, and I think only just beat us. Marcus, our teammate, on his own in P19, unfortunately. So he hasn't improved his performance too much. I mean, at least he's not getting lapped. That's something. But yeah, we're looking at the driver standings now. Rosberg still has a lead, even though we didn't have a great Russian Grand Prix there. That was a good one for Hülkenberg, Ricciardo and Verstappen. They all jump above me. We're down to P6, but I feel like we can challenge maybe for the top 5 here. A few upgrades, and then we can get consistent point scoring finishes. I don't know. Outside shot of the title, I'll keep it on the table, but I know it's going to be very difficult, so... yeah, that's the standings at the moment, just behind the 2 Red Bull drivers. It still gets me every time. I can't believe we got sacked by Red Bull last season. Really upsetting, and that's how many drivers have scored. 16 drivers have scored, so a big variation in results, really. And Felipe Massa, I'd say, is the highest casualty there with no points. So on to the constructors. Red Bull take over. They jump from 4th to 1st. Look how close that is. That's absolutely incredible. That's going to be another exciting battle as well. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.